will present. So Taguchi Goto of CPEHE and also Mr. Mori of Fujitsu will jointly present this paper. So the target course is the chemistry of life, the second term by Professor Uesugi. When the MOOC course is received by the students, lots of data is provided from IDEX. The first one is the profile of the learners. And the students are looking at the video while learning and where they stopped, which one was repeatedly seen, which was skipped by the learner. So this kind of a viewing history is provided in data, and also they challenge some of the questions, how they try to address the question. And there is a kind of the bulletin board, how much viewing of the bulletin board or uploaded their opinion. So this is a history in the record. So we take out the necessary information out of that and process on that and make it visible for. And in our evaluation unit, we have done the online survey. Professor Uesugi, before starting his class or during the course or at the completion of the course, he took out the data. And also, just for a Kyoto University student, we did a student interview. We'd like to present the result of those data. The first one is the distribution of the country the students are living, which is very easily obtained in a way from edX. And as you see, the US is a thick color, means big population. And the other graph shows maybe you are not able to read the name of countries, but you see the colorful bars because each country represents each color. The color represents the country, diverse countries. The top one is United States, India, Japan, UK, and also chemistry of life. The top 5, the 5th place was by China. And President MOOC, the other one, I show the evolution of a human society. When I see the top 5, the top 4s are same countries, but the 5th place, the Canada takes the 5th place instead of China. The age and the academic background of the learners, as you see the people in the 20s, the major learners, this peak. And also their academic background. This is the university graduate BS, Bachelor of Science. This is a master. This one is also out of the high school, secondary education completion people, lots of them as well. And this shows the viewing of a content ratio by learners and the MOOC test result in this scatter diagram. The Professor Uesugi's course is 15 weeks long, and there are 13 chapters. And on the right-hand side are the number who have seen all the chapters. And the right-hand side acquired the certificate who scores higher than 65 points in the final test. So as you see, out of the 13, the learner finishing 7 contents has got the certificate mark. Although there are some of the learners who register but not getting the point at all in the test. But on the right-hand side, they have seen all the course, but 0 mark in the test. So they don't have any will to solve a question, just seeing the video and learn from that. That is their purpose from the beginning. And this is a survival rate, retention rate, how the numbers of learners reduced So there are two groups, two arms. One is getting a certificate, the other one is not getting a certificate. So that is the last access week. The last access week. The certificate acquirers are looking at until 12th week. They drop out of who did not get the certificate. Most of them drop the first week, so they log in once, but not arriving at the first week content. And the next one, first week content was viewed, but not to the extent of the second view. So 3/4 is ending here. And then after that, after 4 weeks, the reduction ratio becomes a bit moderate. The next one is the motivation of receiving the chemistry of life course. There are 1 to 10s. The blue color shows a positive opinion. The red one is a negative one. The top one is this one, because I want to understand the biology and the chemistry deeper, or be interested in, just to have a fun, just to get some skill. Those are the top ones. But even the person who wish to see the Kyoto University class, a certain ratio. And also, this is already acquired knowledge of a discipline. So there are several key words which are supposed to be necessary for mastering the chemistry of life. Professor Uesugi picked up 10 words. So yes or no, do you know this word or not? So as you see, they are knowing most of the terminology. So higher than Professor Uesugi's expectation, the knowledge level of the learner was higher. Now, Professor Uesugi, how he utilized the MOOC. So, as is already explained, Professor Uesugi performs a flipped class. Flipped class, what is this? So the traditional class is like this. The lecturer is giving the lecture, and then in exercise or some of the kind of homeworks are done alone at home. However, in MOOC, they will look at the video as a assignment, prior assignment, because he obligates looking at the video first before coming to the class. So before coming to the class, they are supposed to look at the video. So in the class, they do a kind of a group work or some of a development exercise. This is the class of Professor Uesugi. 10 to 15 minutes in the beginning, he gives some lecture, kind of an introductory episode, try to capture learner's mind, and they explaining the content of the MOOC and some of the items which seems to be difficult for MOOC learner were omitted. And then some of the difficult stuff the Kyoto University students should know will be explained. And he distributes a pre-note, which is a summary of the content in 2 PPT. And the remaining time is for group work and the presentation. So the student has to be creative, because that's what he hopes the student to be. And there is a kind of peer review of the result of the work out of this MOOC class. And now the Kyoto University students, well, they are very naive to MOOC, but how the students of Kyoto University receive MOOC classes, courses, and utilize MOOC courses. The situation about acquiring that credit, there were 44 Kyoto University students. But most of the students who acquired a credential continue to look at the course until 13th week, or almost to the end. But there are some who are not. On the other hand, this is the MOOC academic score, 65 points above, who got credentials. The ratio is a bit lower. So how they use the MOOC, how they approach the MOOC is very diverse depending on the students. Now, coming to the use of a discussion board. So after the 13th, the only targeted to the active learner who made access until the 13th week. So for amongst the active learner, more than once they uploaded their opinion, but no Kyoto University student uploaded their opinion. And the viewing frequency. There are certain level of a student who did not see the board at all, but Kyoto University, as compared to others, did not see the bulletin board or discussion forum. So in a way, this was a kind of an inactive attitude on the part of Kyoto University students. We classify the type of a student, the video viewing rate, and the scores in the course, MOOC course. Those clusters were created. The first cluster, the course result low, MOOC result low, inactive group. Next cohort, the MOOC result high, right-hand side. And the course record is like a 90 or 95 point of score. And also the MOOC score is high, but the course score is not to the extent of the top group, but not too bad. And this one, low MOOC result, we are able to divide by the viewing rate of the video. So higher course points, MOOC result low, but they saw the video quite frequently. Or the group who did not even see the videos, and the result is low. So those 5 clusters are created, and we made an interview to one of those cluster students, one out of each cluster. And so we were able to get those students in those clusters. So how we did the interview is as follows, this kind of a style of interview. And as I said earlier, there is a survey result, of online survey result is already acquired, and that was used. And also the viewing history of the video is shown, visually shown, and which shown to her while interviewing. And this is the magnifying of that video content viewing ratio. And the right-hand side colors are the one which they have seen. And there are numbers down there. What is the sequence of the video? What is the sequence of solving questions in order? There are some jumping. I ask what is the more reason behind this skipping? And you have solved the questions many times. What is the motivation behind your solving questions? Those are the questions we asked. So there are some of us students who, well, there are some of the common or comment opinion out of those clusters. Well, they say, for example, the class was so interesting because there were many group discussions, and it is great to be able to check the course content anytime I have question. And it is great to be able to access the course contents anytime. And while negative comment is, it is difficult to force myself to continue the online course. So depending on the academic score, there was some difference, but just interviewing 4 of them, so I can't generalize. But despite the scores in the MOOC, they are the high score students in the course shows that they are utilizing the courses in a way to deepen their understanding. And next one is not all students have who are interested in getting a high score MOOC course achieve the top class grade. And students who drop out of the class also did not access MOOC course anymore. So, thinking about those common opinion, the flipped class was good. That was a common opinion. The class was so interesting because there were many group discussions. And also it is great to be able to check the course content anytime I have a question. And also the provision by online. We can see the content anytime we want. It's a good thing. And those are the MOOC advantage Professor Uesugi considers. So Professor Uesugi considered that the flute class was better because we are able to take in the group work. By exercising group work, they were able to know or use the content by other learners as the learning resource for oneself. And so Professor Uesugi had made a homework to generate some of the idea out of the normal campus class. But there are some students who are not able to come up with some of the idea after the class. But it's easy that video, looking at the video is easier as a pre-assignment. So, in a way, the style of learning and the purpose of learning matches very well. And also the online material, course material was very good. Because with this, we were able to align the starting baseline of the students. And we don't need to ask, do you know this and that? Because we start from the same baseline. And Professor Uesugi is giving a lecture in many countries, but out of the leave of the absence, he can ask the student, okay, would you see this number of a video? That was good for him. And not just himself, but there are lots of scholars who are more knowledgeable maybe than him. In a way, collaborating with very knowledgeable researchers outside, the better contents can be provided. So using our own contents and others' contents, the content could be richer. That's all. Thank you.